Oh, hi. Welcome to another episode of the Top Corner Podcast. And today is Monday. Fun day.
Someone's having fun. It's not just me, everybody.
Yeah.
Someone
buddy.
took some silly pills today.
I
They're called graham crackers. He just discovered that he loves graham crackers. He's like, holy shit, that's what? What's that called? And I was like, graham cracker.
I know, right? How are we doing today?
I think you're doing great.
Oh, yeah.
You're doing fantastic.
Yeah, I was kind of hungry for a long time. I don't know why.
Yeah, and I am not, but at least we have bestowed the grace of cracker, of the graham variety.
Graham crackers.
Yeah. Anyway.
Now, if you have been watching us, you know if you're going to catch your news, you're going to catch your rumors, guess where it's at?
Whole bunch of hearsay.
It's at Top Corner Podcast.
Technical issues.
Put that in your butt.
Put that what? Put that where?
Put that in your butt.
Okay, that's what I thought you said. That's why I asked to hear it again. All right.
Yeah.
We got some news and rumors. You want to kick off these news and rumors?
Yeah,
or what
come over. I'm telling everyone to come over and hear this. KDB is open to go to Saudi, but the deal fell off.
Yeah. Because it's been what for the past? Well, really, the last season.
Oh, it's open.
It's been it's been a rumor of like he's really entertaining the idea of a Saudi deal. They're really interested to have him. And
I wonder if it's because of the money wasn't right order. Because I feel like he said he look at it or something.
Yeah.
Probably City convinced him to stay.
City probably convinced him to stay, and it probably wasn't that hard to convince him when a lot of people toward the end of the season, of their first season at the Saudi league, because this past season was really their first big push to get these people. Not everybody loved it as much as Ronaldo, it turns out, which we expected that because not everybody's gonna be treated the same way.
Oh yeah.
But I think that he has a lot of reason to, and I said it before. I think I said it around Christmas time. If there was a player that was going to get close to the same level of treatment as Ronaldo, it would be Kevin De Bruyne. You think with Kevin De Bruyne just under that Ronaldo, Neymar, Messi, when Eden Hazard was up there, he was in that little group as well.
Yeah.
KDB is one of those guys that would get as close as possible to that Neymar, Ronaldo treatment. And even Neymar wasn't that excited to be there, but also I don't think Neymar has the passion anymore. But yeah, I just think that KDB is kind of looking at some of the people toward the end of the season, what their feelings were toward it, and just going, I've made really good money, and I could make an insane amount of money over there, but I'll probably be miserable off the pitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think there's a lot of that going on. I don't think that he's the first person, the last person to probably have that feeling going in.
Yeah.
A little more apprehensive. It's not just about the money. The lifestyle that they set you up with is not exactly what they said that it was going to be, because they kind of act like it's a utopia over there and that you can do all these crazy things and look at all the money that we have. It's like, no, but there's still a very oppressive kind of regime over there. And like, I would not flourish over there personally. I would the things that I like to do with my spare time probably don't jive culturally. And so you get all this money.
But they can steal your stuff. You don't pay taxes. How about?
Yeah, but it's like you make a lot of money, but I think that for a lot of Westerners to go over there, you kind of just want to stay in your house all day, every day. It's like a lot of people don't want to do that. I
know one thing you don't want. You can't do over there. You can't go to a strip club.
Is that the big thing for you?
That's going to be the big thing for some people.
For some people, yeah, I would agree with that.
And you can club there. You probably can the club too. I don't know what kind of music the club too though, but
probably some garbage.
If you guys club, you guys gonna be wearing robes, just covering all the body, so there's nothing for y'all to see.
Well, that's actually one thing that I've always been interested about, because in the U.S., NBA, NFL players, it's very transparent, that sort of like club lifestyle. They don't talk about it a lot.
But they do though.
In Europe, but they do. Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's like you don't hear that much.
Saudi,
so you don't know exactly what level it goes to.
Because for Saudi too, Saudi is not a traditional Muslim country. In fact, to be honest, I feel like you give them 5-10 years, the religion, I don't know, I'm not speaking for everyone, but they are not as practical. Like, they don't practice it as other countries. Like now, my friend just visited. Now he left, of course, but he told me now they have they're trying to make this 0 alcohol beer, just to have happy hours and stuff. I'm like, that's how you get to 100% alcohol.
Yeah, you slowly introduce it.
And if you see the big push right now, it couldn't just be happening to. It couldn't happen to Oman, because it's more strict laws. Women, man over. Right? I think overall Saudi is more. The more I feel like they're the liberals of, you know, that world.
except when they decapitate journalists that disagree with them, and then they're a little conservative.
Oh yeah, well,
Which this happens. This is a real thing that happens.
I would
so.
say yeah, but you know, every country has its perks and every country has its downs.
Yep.
So
And Jamal Khashoggi really found that down in Saudi Arabia.
That's crazy.
I mean, he did. Like, it's like, I don't agree with what happened, but shit,
Yeah.
man. I mean, he figured it out the hard way.
Oh yeah. Well, Lenny Yo, I watched a little bit of his highlights. You know, this kid, but 62 million is a little excessive.
He looks like a walking
My bad.
stick.
Because
He's
like,
so tall and skinny, he looks like a stick bug.
PSG wasn't gonna offer more than 40, I think, or 45 or something. And Madrid, the cutoff price was 30 million, 30 M's.
Yeah.
But you know, United, I don't know who's your financial guy. He felt like, you know, 62.
He said, you know what? Fuck it. We're just going nuts.
And you know what's crazy? I heard where's he from again? He's coming from Marseille or Nice?
Who?
Lenny Yo.
Lille.
Lille, right? I heard Lille was ready to knock off 10 million.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like United went and bought them
didn't have
to the
to.
original price.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I think that, you know what, and we're seeing it a lot, and you'll look in the news just even today, there's a lot of dealings that Man United are trying to be involved with. I think that it's almost like a political campaign. They're trying to show that they're very, very active this summer.
Yeah.
That they're rebuilding, and I think that once you get one or two big signings, it's easier for the people to come in. And I'm talking about like a week later.
Yeah,
like once
yeah.
you see that Lenny Euro's there, and go ahead and spoil it. If Manuel Ugarte comes in,
Yeah.
and they get money for Casemiro and or McTominay on their way out,
Yeah.
you've got Kobe Mainoo in there. You start looking at
Yeah.
if you're a player now, you're like, ooh, this is not that bad of a possibility anymore.
I told everyone, I feel like I'm seeing what the coach is trying to do. I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
Because look at this list. Just imagine, you know, you got is, you know, they're on his tail. They want him. They want the light. Not sure if that would fall through. They also want they're ready to offer some big dollars,
an insane
for
amount of
Xavi.
money for Xavi
Yeah.
Simons. Well, so the Matthias de Ligt move for 34 million or for 35 million, that could be a really good deal. Bayern Munich won no less than 50.
Yeah.
I think that Matthias de Ligt is actually potentially still worth 50 million, and I think that more importantly, if Matthias de Ligt comes in and it's him and Lenny Euro in the back, all of a sudden, Rafael Varane's not an issue. Harry Maguire is not an issue. Lisandro Martinez is a rotation guy. Like, all of a sudden, that back line starts looking a lot better.
But Varane is. I thought Varane was trying to go. Or
He is.
okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like everyone in that depth chart for that position, it's all of a sudden looking better. They're getting phased out. You're not having to worry about them getting starting positions.
Yeah.
Like if Maguire is not in your starting lineup, that's great. If Varane leaves or is not in your starting lineup, that's great.
If you look at this league, you have Haaland at the top, Zerke on the left. You know, that new kid that they just acquired. Zerke.
Yeah.
And I forgot who was saying that he plays really good. He reminds him of like a Ronaldinho. So I don't know, but I think
Which
that's
is confusing though, because he is a number 9. So like whether he plays as a number 9 for United or not, his skill set that has kind of allowed him to step into this arena is where Højlund plays. So it'll be interesting to see
how that
if they just have two young men competing for the same position, which is never really a good thing that you want.
No.
You kind of want a veteran and a young guy battling it out in a good way.
The thing about it though, I'm concerned if they wanna was the deal with Rashford, you know. Garnacho on the left, Garnacho on the right. You got it in that middle. You have Fernandez, you have Meno, you have Yo Martinez at the back, and you have Dalot on the right and Shaw on the left. So that's just how the team could potentially look. And
that's already a quick improvement too. No, that's a big
really
improvement.
Good. If we play very well, we will have some fun this season.
Yeah. Well, and keep in mind as well, because I mean they performed poorly to their standards in the Premier League.
Yeah.
They still took home an FA Cup with that squad of last year that was ultimately not that impressive.
Yeah.
So it's not that it was a complete and total waste or throwaway of a season. They still walked home with silverware, which is the most United thing possible, I think.
Let's finish this United news with
Yeah,
this last one. PSG have sent a proposal to United in an attempt to sign Jadon Sancho.
Yeah.
Yeah. How? If you're PSG, would you want to let him walk away? No, if you're United, would you want to let Sancho walk away? But I heard too, him and the coach have hashed it out.
Yeah.
They're on good terms.
Yeah.
I actually saw him and Rashford on some training video.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I mean, if Sancho and Rashford can get on the same page, can get involved with the manager again, that would be a really. I mean, like, there are good players in there.
yeah,
They're just very inconsistent, and we've had that conversation before as well. It's not always just outside of the player's control. A lot of it does seem to have been personal with them directly, sort of getting in their own way, shooting themselves in the foot. Yeah, I mean, if they can all stay on board, I mean, United's finishing higher than Chelsea, that's for sure. Probably higher than Newcastle. It's like they're potentially scratching for top 4 if everyone stays on the same page for the season with them, just based on what we see on paper. Would you agree with that? Top 4?
United?
Yeah, 4th place.
In Premier League?
Yeah.
I can see them.
If everything pans out, that's already happening on paper. That's moving forward. If Lenny Euro comes in, if Ugarte comes in, maybe if De Ligt comes in, but then also if Sancho and Rashford can get things straightened out, but you've got a good midfield already. You got a new striker coming in, or at least a new forward wherever they decide to play him. There's a lot of things that can go very well, or it can just kind of fizzle out, and you end up where you were last season.
I would like to see how everything will look like next year, though. Like Liverpool, United, Arsenal, potentially Aston Villa, Chelsea. So there's a lot there to unpack, but
for sure.
West Ham wants N'Golo Kante for 24 million.
That's insane.
Yeah,
that's absolutely insane.
I can see them to rejuvenate that midfield, or to help just as a veteran. You give him what 15 games or 20 games. He gonna give you the best. We have evidence that he can do that to the highest level possible, because he just played the Euro with one of the best, if not the best teams of the best teams in Europe. So.
But keep in mind, while he was playing that well, he was playing, and don't get me wrong, he was playing that well in games that were very short times from each other, but it was still only 5 games or so.
Yeah.
So 38 games plus. If you're involved with the domestic cups for further on to the competition, it's like, I'm not saying that he can't play to that limit. He can still play at that level for 90 minutes. But
the question is, who at West Ham is better than him?
Yeah,
that's also another question in that midfield. So I can see them having. Actually, I can see him going into any big club. If Chelsea could have him back, they should absolutely have him as a veteran, just coming and teaching the game, getting his rotation. Games in, even if it's like 30 minutes, 40 minutes in, then get out, just kind of helping, like Modric is doing, at Madrid. But that would be really good. But if West Ham is trying to get him, they're trying to get him for full amount of games.
Would you think that someone like an Aston Villa might want him too? I mean, because it's
Aston
that's
Villa
something
too.
like I can see where if he's trying to stay somewhere like a Liverpool, like an Arsenal, like a City, they might have a tough time getting him in the rotation in the squad, but especially with the Onana coming in to West Ham, to Aston Villa, and then you having Kante come in as well. I mean, like, that looks really interesting. And Aston Villa are in the Champions League; they are competing for a top 4 position, and I do think that Kante is that good still. But imagine if, because it's Amadou Onana, correct? Imagine if he and Kante are kind of subbing each other in and out so that each of them stay healthy. That's a very big deal for them.
And that would be really good.
You just have to be smart with your rotations with them, but I think the player's still in there.
And just having also a veteran in the team, just teaching the game, that would be really cool.
Do you think that you would be better off kind of allowing for Onana to grab most of the minutes in the Premier League season, but then really kind of saving Kante for a big Champions League matchups? Because you want to, if you're not in the Champions League every single year as almost a given,
you want to impact it as much as possible.
Exactly. Yeah. So
go there for the kill.
They'd have options, and 24 million for someone like Kante is kind of a steal for anybody, regardless. I think so personally.
And basing off of what he played, like you said, 5 games, of course, 5 games more, but for a player of his age, playing
Yep.
5 games, full games
In that period of time.
it means he still got it. So
Yes,
why won't
100%.
I will buy 24 M? Say go for it.
Yeah.
Mbappe has sold 5 times amount, 5 times the amount of shirt that Bellingham has since arriving. And I said it, and I will say it before.
Oh, Jesus. Here we go.
I would say it before. When you look at superstars in the world, we don't have superstars like we used to have when football was great. Football is good now. It's not great.
Make football great again.
Yeah, make football great again. How about
We
that?
should make
'Cause
hats.
Yeah,
Great idea.
because in that box of, because when you think about superstar, right, it's somebody that moves the market, that
Yeah.
moves the fan, that has such a big impact on social entertainment, any issues, because of how big he has elevated his game
Yeah.
and how much people follow him. Now, like Ronaldo, Messi, these are superstars.
They were bigger than the sport.
Yeah, the big
In a way.
now, in a way. Now that they are gone, like this era, there's no more. Back in the days when like the 2000, man, there was so much super. You could pick a team and name at least 2 in that team. You had your Ronaldinho's, your Ronaldo, your your Van Nistelrooy. You had the teams that we know that could impact things, man. And Mbappe is that guy. In this era, actually, in this era, for me, I think there are 3 at the top.
Okay.
I say Vinicius, Mbappe, and Bellingham. Like, I'm talking about people that they could be big controversies at any time, any minute, just by what they can say, tweet, or feel. Like if Mbappe went out tomorrow and say, "Hey,
This place sucks.
yeah," that's the whole thing,
Yeah.
Bellingham too, just saying, "Hey, man, we might need to fire Southgate." I'm thinking in this sense, and that's crazy though.
Yeah. I mean, it's not.
I wonder if he sold more than Ronaldo his first day, because I know he just equaled Ronaldo in the amount of people that showed up, 80,000.
Yeah.
Same,
Which is
And
ridiculous. And I think if you show up to that, you're kind of dumb. I don't like.
It's
he's
Madrid,
not. He's
baby.
not playing. I mean, like
Hey.
80,000 people crammed into this fucking place to look at one guy just stand there. It's like, I want to see 22 guys not standing there. I want to see 22 guys
Hey.
running around. I'll wait for that.
This is what it means to be a star. You move
Yeah.
people. 80,000. Now, what I'm looking at, I'm not even looking at Mbappe too. I mean, he's great. I'm looking at the organization, what they've done. Because now, playing for Madrid is like, it's like you have teams, right? But it's like the Olympics or the movie. You have gods, then you have Zeus. That's how Madrid is now. It's like, that's
Then
everything.
Then who's Ancelotti? Is Ancelotti
Hades.
Hades? Down in the flames?
He just orchestrated everything.
No, Jose Mourinho is Hades. And that's who it is. He's the ruler of the underworld for sure. Yeah.
You know one thing though. One thing what they've done with Madrid. Madrid is like Coca-Cola. It's like Pepsi.
I had no idea what you said until you said Pepsi. Coca-Cola, okay.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah. Okay.
Like what brand again? Probably Nike. Red Bull. Where it's not football they're selling. It's the feel they're selling.
Yeah.
It's something different. It's the sense of belonging to something bigger than the sport or you. That's what they're selling, and they've got to that level now. That's why they can afford to, and they've done it so well that now they're not paying for players the big transfer money. Because they know you want to come here. You want to play with the big guys. You come to the big guys.
And
the big guys don't come to
There
you.
are not many clubs now that have that pull.
Yeah.
Especially with, because United were 110%, and they are just not anymore.
Yeah.
And you can tell they're trying to get all these new players coming in to start rebuilding that appearance. But truly, is even City at that level? I don't think that. No, you can go there.
City is still new. They can't get to that. And if you had to pick 3 clubs, City don't still get to United level, because United is still the highest selling club.
Yeah.
Even in this year, they just sold more jerseys than everyone, because it's United. It's like you have to build with, and City is on their way too with history, but I don't think City is on the same level even.
No, no. You can go there and win silverware, and they have the money that every other club that's big does. But like, I mean, I'd say Real Madrid. For some reason, I do think that Barcelona still have that feeling.
So I think
it doesn't matter how we're doing in the season. You want to come here, and for some reason, it's still true.
That's also because Barcelona has had great legends and also built it, right?
Yeah.
City, and that's why I'm saying it's difficult. It will be so difficult for people in this era because, like, you look at City. City hasn't had a superstar. They've had great players that fit into good system of play to win. And that's what, and the conversation of this will be another day. That's why I don't like the new style of playing, because it's so systematic that
it doesn't make
without
legends.
the system you are nothing. We saw that at the Euro. All these field for they can play, they can function. You put them anywhere, they're bugged out of your mind.
When you think of like Manchester City legends, or like when it's all said and done and you look at all the titles that were put together in a run, I mean, your three legendary players are not even in this particular order, but like KDB, Sergio Aguero, and David Silva. Yeah. In terms of the closest to that bit like club legends, because like they just don't have that rich of a history into the last 10 to 12 years. But those are the three and that you're leading with. You know?
should have followed football in 2000, brother.
Yeah.
There's this ad, man. You can go look at it. It's a football ad. I think it's one of the greatest ad. You had Ronaldo, you had Beckham, Ronaldinho, you had, and it's so crazy because you had a team where you knew all the players. Today's team, you'll be lucky to know two. I'm talking if you don't follow the sport.
Yeah.
People didn't follow the sport, but they knew the people.
Just the faces.
Yeah, you know. So
yeah, you can't even look at the Real Madrid squad from like 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Before the young guys came in. If you're a casual fan and not recognize, you would recognize Ronaldo, you might recognize Gareth Bale.
Yeah.
But you're not recognizing Karim Benzema or even Toni Kroos or Luka Modric. And I mean, that's not a slight to them, but it's like, you're right. People outside of the sport entirely just recognizing you on your face. Vinicius Jr. isn't even that big.
Yeah.
You couldn't look at most Americans on the streets and just show them a picture like, who is this?
But at least Vinicius Jr. is out.
Yes.
Like when you look at now, and this is my personal opinion, when you look at the game now, like I said, I see Junior everywhere collaborating with NBA stars and all this. That's because he's bigger than football.
Yeah.
I don't see any other player. Mbappe.
But I have looked at the comments and been like, and they've been like, who's this short little fuck next to the guy that I know?
Yeah.
So like, again, I agree. In terms of modern stars, he is at the highest level.
Yeah.
But it's not the same as it used to be.
It's not the same. But, well, also in that bubble, because like even in the Premier League, I used to know. And back in the days, I didn't follow the Premier League like that because I was more in the Spanish league. But after, I'll name you anybody. I'll name you Campbell. I'll name you Anelkas. I'll name you Van Nistelrooy. I'll name you... Man, I just knew the players because they were bigger than the sport in a sense.
Yeah.
Their names were out. Now you look at the Premier League, it's not that many. You look at the Italian league, and the Italian league had them. I'm talking stacked, bro.
Yep.
They had the pillows. They just had them. Then now you had the biggest of the biggest, like the Beckham and the Ronaldo, the Rivaldo. Like it was just known. We knew them. Now we just guess who they are.
Yeah.
It's just it might look like Rodrigo. Is it Rodrigo? Nah, it's not Rodrigo. Oh, all right.
Yeah. I see a lot of like podcasters and stuff that do watch-alongs, and they watch more than I do.
Yeah.
And they've watched longer than I have as well. And they're doing that. They're like, who is that? Who is that over there?
Yeah, because it's not how it used to be, man.
Yeah.
Back in the days, man, I had little toys. I would know all the team. Like I pick AC Milan or Brazil. I'll be like Zida, the goalkeeper. You know, I'll go in front. I put Roberto Carlos. I'll put Cafu on the side. Like I just knew these things off top. You know,
Yeah.
And you had Bates. You had play me back, bro.
Yeah.
Aston Villa wants Joao Felix to replace Moussa Diaby, and Moussa Diaby, I think he signed a contract to go to Saudi too at 60 some M.
Yep. At 25 years old, he's done. It's over.
Well, you know what? Sometimes people look at, could I impact the sport or could I just be a number?
Yeah.
Now, if I'm just a number, why not get the money? So guess what? I'm gonna get the money.
As long as he knows that's true.
Yeah, 60M. Yeah, all my life, I'm going.
Right.
I'm Muslim. It's gonna be. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure he's Muslim. It's not gonna be difficult for me to adapt. I'm already Muslim.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing that could kill is probably my skin if they're racist, but that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's like I don't feel bad that he's leaving because he doesn't think that he's good enough. But I mean, it's obvious that he's like, he understands that he's not going to be a legend, and he's already at the age of 25, not where he should be if he's going to be that next level. So why not just go ahead and get out? And it's like, I'm also not going to miss you either. I forget. I forget who you are a lot of the time.
Also,
so go to Saudi.
This is kind of shooting yourself in the foot because Salah didn't become great until 26, 27. You never know, because next season you might have a crazy season, and the club is like, I need.
But you're not proving that in Saudi Arabia.
That's it too. Yeah. So, man, 50-50. Unless you're absolutely sure in your heart,
Like, no, I don't have it now.
But that's that's also I think that's also a limited way to think about things. Like you gotta believe in you, bro. You're already there. You're already there. You just need you're already there. You're already at the entrance. Just do something extraordinary. Well, Musa Diab, Osimhen deal with PSG fell through. Oh no, it broke down. So PSG don't want Osimhen anymore.
Yeah, or at least it seems to have gotten cold. It's like they're not.
Something like that.
No one's made a definitive statement whether they're ending it or not, but it does seem like it's no longer moving as progressively as they assumed that it would. And I mean, like, that's a place that makes sense for him if he wants to appear second best, because that's also something that's going to follow whoever ends up replacing Kylian Mbappe. Yeah. It's going to kind of feel that way. Like if Mbappe leaves and goes to Madrid, and then Osimhen comes in immediately, it's like you are second best to Mbappe in that way. Like that's what the hierarchy tells me. It's like you wouldn't be here if he didn't leave, but he did leave, so here you are. I can't figure out what Osimhen wants to do.
Yeah.
I can't figure out if he wants to attempt to be the next great striker, or if he's just trying to make money, because you don't become the next great striker by staying at PSG. So I don't like, it's not a destination place to go.
No, but it depends.
But he's old enough now where he needs to be trying to find a destination place, I think.
No, it depends. I see it differently, because you had Juninho was a great player, one of the greatest free kicker. He just was a PSG. So you can be a great striker. For me, it's like, where are you? What's your next move? Yeah, you can still be in the French league, of course, and be the greatest, whatever. It's just, what is your next move? Like, you can, if you're Osimhen, you at Napoli, you were the African Ballon d'Or of the year. You took it, I think so. One of the biggest player in Italy. The only place that you can go in France will be PSG. Yep. And the only place that you could go in England, you can pick probably top 4, but you can't go to West Ham, because now you already kind of in that state where you gotta shoot higher. Unless West Ham has this crazy money and they're trying to build, that's different. Right. But they done. Did they? No, I don't think that. No.
I think that, Osimhen could easily walk.
You can do Aston Villa, but Aston Villa will have to pay him a lot though.
If he just came out and said forwardly, he's like, I'd love to play for Arsenal, I'd love to play for Liverpool. I think that both clubs make room for him. I think Liverpool makes room for him. I think that they understand that.
I think Liverpool will, but Arsenal will not. I don't think Arsenal will.
I think they should.
You know why? Arsenal won't pay the money he wants, or the club will want.
Yeah, and that's also the thing I can't figure out. And yes, the club want more than I think that he wants. But it does seem like he battles with himself on a day-to-day basis of like,
should I stay or not?
Well, no. I want a move for more money, or I want to move to play at the top level. It's like he can't decide if he.
What about the
if he had to choose? He doesn't know what to do.
The top level has to come with the top money.
then you're in a very rare space. You're in basically Man City space, and Haaland's already there, and you're in Real Madrid space, and Mbappe's already there. So
you could go. How much PSG was? I know PSG will give him money.
Yeah, but he'll just kind of waste time in the French league and he'll win the French title over and over again. He probably won't win a Champions League.
No, yeah. unless his goal is like, well, we also don't know the next 5 years. PSG can miraculously win the
They could, but
Premier League.
that's what I'm saying though.
Champions
It's like
League too.
I can't tell, and I don't think that he even really knows what he wants to do with his career. Like, does he just want to go to like a big money move, or does he want to win titles? Because at a certain point, those things separate unless you're going to one of two clubs in that city.
He could definitely
Madrid.
not adapt in the Barcelona culture. He will not.
Yeah.
He will not do good at. He could do Madrid, but Madrid is so stacked. You
There's
would
no
just be a number.
There's no room for
Madrid
him.
would not even pay that kind of money anymore. The only place United could get him, but the way United is set up now, they have a striker. They just need to play with that striker.
And apparently Ivan Toney was forward before the Xerxes move was finalized. Toney was wanting to go to United, and I could see that working as well. But that was an odd one for him because I think that he has better options out there. I think Toney does.
Osimhen also probably for what he's worth, that might be. I know Arsenal don't have that, and if they do, but they're not gonna spend that much money for him.
Yeah.
The only person that I see that can spend money, because if you think about strikers that are expensive or worth $100 million for a transfer move, they're not actually that many.
Yeah.
And who's gonna pay that? It's either gonna be United, is City, PSG, Bayern, but Bayern wouldn't pay that much money.
Yeah, Chelsea would pay that money.
Chelsea will, but I feel
there's
like
no
Chelsea
incentive to go there.
It's so stacked. They just gotta fix the problem. I haven't heard them in the news, so they're planning on fixing their problem instead of buying. Because if you think about it, if you think about prospect and talented players, they have them.
It just took them 2 seasons to figure that out. That's the issue.
Yeah, that's the thing. Unless you go to Juventus has been making a lot of big moves, meaning they want to compete. Meaning, and if Juventus want to compete, I think they will win everything, because until the laws came down on them and removed the point, they were top. So that's the only thing I see. Napoli, staying at Napoli, man, with all this news, I don't feel like you'll be welcome there.
Yeah, and I mean, and he's locked down until 2029.
God,
so it's like, whoever, wherever he goes, they're buying out a massive piece of the contracts. Like,
that's another thing too.
So
that's probably
he might have to spend 2 more seasons miserable just so that the asking price for buying out that contract goes down enough to where a club can even look at him.
If he has, does he have a release clause on the contract?
Ooh, let me double check while you're going.
Because like if the release clause is too high, then it's difficult. That is not really Osimhen the problem. It's more like, can a team find money to buy out my release clause?
Yeah, so PSG did not want to spend more than $80 million on Osimhen, but he has a $130 million release clause.
Freaking hell!
So I'm not doing that.
See, that's the problem too. Yeah.
Now, $80 million for Victor Osimhen to buy out 5 years of contract is not bad, actually.
It's not bad, but the club
it's not great.
Now it depends if the club want to accept it, because basically that's why we put a release clauses. It's like, if this guy becomes too big, you got to buy out. They
were just saying, like PSG were just saying, we're not going higher than that. That did not mean that Napoli was even entertaining the idea of that.
Yeah, so, damn, bro.
But like we said this like last season, because he re-signed last season. It's like, why did you extend that contract?
Damn, bro. And
5 years
extension. Very well that it will come to a point where he won't be comfortable at the team, and you just enter the bracket of expensive players.
Yep.
And you had opportunity, because
so you re-sign a long-term deal with a selling club,
brother. Like, bro, just do it when your contract is finished, so people can buy. Because even if they buy you at 30 million, 20 million, you're looking for, you as a player, you don't care about that money. You care about what they're gonna pay to you. Yeah,
the wages.
Yeah. So they could have given you a lot of money.
That's why the Mbappe deal was so sweet. Like, he's making great money on that deal from PSG, and PSG are not seeing fucking hardly anything from that.
And that's what PSG don't want to pay him to, because Mbappe is gonna sue PSG.
and he's probably gonna win too, and you're just like, God, Jesus,
how much money do you want, bro?
But no, I mean, and you know, it was great when I remember I was on my honeymoon in Italy when Napoli won the title.
Yeah,
it was awesome. That was so cool. But you knew deep down, it's hard to sustain that. Sort of like Leverkusen are in the same position, and who knows what Leverkusen are if they're gonna be able to stay at that same level. But there was that feeling deep down inside of that Napoli group that it was that one-off, and so like
Yeah.
if you're gonna re-sign based like hot on the heels of that victory, you kind of need to look at the rest of your club, look at everybody's age, understand that that midfield that got you through that Zielinski, Lobotka, and Gisa trio. They're all in their late 20s now, so like that's not going to stay forever, and neither should you. And like you were one of the two lightning rod players with Kvaratskhelia. I mean, it did not have longevity written all over it. So don't sign to a selling club on a 5-year deal with a $130 million clause, because Napoli control all of that now, and they want to bring in Lukaku.
See, and you know really well that you are in the position that you can dictate, because if you're out of contract and you're big, because you can be out of contract and not big, then it becomes difficult. Like the goalkeeper, you guys, Arsenal goalkeeper, I keep forgetting his name. Is it Arsenal? No. United's goalkeeper. What's his name?
De Gea.
They didn't resign.
Just wants too much money.
Yeah. Same, but you are at the point where you can dictate the market if you're out of contract. Hey, why would I want to resign if they're going to give me more years and put a freaking juggernaut on my release on my contract as a release clause? Man, that's just bullcrap. But you know what?
Yeah, it's not your decision. Thank God. Bad decision.
Yeah, whoever is his
agent.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that.
He needs to be hanged.
Damn.
Yeah, right. I would say that. Like, bro, you need to advise him. You're making money off of him.
Yeah.
He is your company.
Well, like, that's the thing. The agent's eyes, I guess, got as big as saucer plates when he saw $130 million release clause. But it's like, dude, dummy, no one's paying that. No one's paying. There's a reason they set it that high, because if you're going to pay that much, it's like, no questions asked. Take him. Get him out of here. Like, no one's going to pay that money. It's not real money.
On my FIFA, when I play,
speaking of not real money,
when I play those are managers
career mode.
Yeah. Man, all this club keep buying my players, but they keep triggering the release clauses before I know the guys are gone.
Yeah,
that's why, like, 25 million.
Jesus. I mean, you're happy to have that money, but you're like, no, I kind of really want him. That's why, like, the first thing that I'll always do is I'll always look at the contract and see who's on any release clause at all.
I do that, and
I'll re-sign him for just a little bit more money.
Yeah,
and I'll try to negotiate no clause. Sometimes it'll trigger it themselves. Like sometimes you'll. If you start the conversation and then they do, and then but sometimes you do it to where they are the one that's proposing the release clause, and they'll just take it off if their wage is high enough. And I almost lost Martin Odegaard to that, because you get the email of like, oh, they're someone's triggering the release clause, and like the first thing I'll do is I'll just go renegotiate his contract, and I talked him out of a release clause. So I locked everybody down. I was like, you're not going anywhere.
What I do for Vinicius Junior, I put 500 million on his release clause. So
pretty confident that no one's coming up with the
good luck with that. Yep. Well, talking about the Premier League and every league, but let's talk about the best Premier League wingers of all time. What do you think? It's a pretty complicated issue.
Yeah. There's a lot going on with it. Why don't you go first?
I don't know. There was a list that someone put out. I wanted to.
I've got a top 8.
Top 8. I got probably a top 10.
Okay.
That I believe. I also wanted to see this list that I think it's one of the companies, these publishing companies, or one of the soccer companies. Mm-hmm. They put out a list too. I wanted to see what the hell they were talking about, but yeah. Well, off top, I can tell you, Thierry Henry will make that list.
Even though he spent more time as a striker.
Yeah, when
that's why he's not on my list personally.
Okay, but when he came, he was winger. Yeah. So I think definitely. So this list by givemesport.com.
Givemesport.com. I like that. That's awesome. Give me now.
Oh, they don't have Thierry Henry as you. So Ryan Giggs, Mo Salah, Eden Hazard, David Beckham, Cristiano Ronaldo, Sergio Mane, Gareth Bale, Robert Pires, and Riyad Mahrez. No, John Barnes too. John Barnes is an old player though.
Yeah.
We're talking 1966 when they won. Shoot. If he is making the cutoff, that's interesting. Well,
or like George Best or something.
George Best.
Now, I wanted to put George Best on mine as like a because one, I mean, he's a great winger for the time, but there's a reference, and he might be on another segment in the show. There's a
song.
No, there's a British film that I like a lot from the late 60s. Actually, it's from 1970. It's called Deep End.
Yeah.
And it's this like kind of erotic thriller. And this young boy, he's probably like 14 or 15. He works at a public swimming pool.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the older ladies like tips him for like body massages and stuff. And she like starts like trying to like kiss him and like grope him in the locker room and stuff. And all she wants to talk about is football.
Yeah.
She only wants to talk about George Best, but she calls him Georgie Best. Like it's just as she's like touching this little boy, and it's just fucking hilarious to me. So I just always think Georgie Best. And like when she starts just being a creep toward this kid, I can't help but get that image of George Best with like the goofy long hair and the big toothy smile. But no, George Best is not in my top 8, but I do laugh and think of George Best all the time.
Now that you said about let's say I remove Thierry Henry, this will be my list.
Okay.
And it's by, I want to say by order, but not by order. Actually, okay, no order. Just top 10.
You're just like, all right, fuck it.
Yeah, Ryan Giggs, Cristiano Ronaldo, John Barnes, Eden Hazard, David Beckham, Robert Pires, Ian Robben, Gareth Bale, Sadio Mane, Mo Salah. Now, Riyad Mahrez is an interesting case. I feel like I could substitute Riyad Mahrez for Ian Robben, but Ian Robben, he was killing it in Chelsea too.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Interesting.
Do you agree or not agree?
So
the fans out there.
Okay. Oh,
no, answer you.
Yeah, I think that so without the order, I agree. Most of those guys are on my list.
Yeah.
I really kind of broke it down. I tried to make an aggregate between appearances, goals, assists, and then Premier League and Champions League titles.
Yeah.
And so I'll work, I have 1 through 8 in a soft order. I'll start at 8 and work up to number 1. Gareth Bale, 166 appearances, 53 goals, 22 assists. 7, David Beckham, 365 appearances, 62 goals, 80 assists, with 6 Premier League titles and a Champions League title. That's stacked.
That's stacked.
Eden Hazard, 245 appearances, 85 goals, 54 assists, 2 Premier League titles, and 2 Europa League titles. So not the same as Champions League, but that's pretty elite. And they knocked Arsenal out of that second one. That's motherfucker. Anyway, I don't want to get worked up on that. 5, Sadio Mane, 263 appearances, 111 goals, 38 assists, 1 Premier League title, 1 Champions League title. That's great. Robert Pires, 198 appearances, 62 goals, 41 assists, 2 Premier League titles. And then we're in the top 3 here. It starts to get pretty insane, these stats. Cristiano Ronaldo, 236 appearances, 103 goals, 37 assists, 3 Premier League titles, and 1 Champions League title. That's unbelievable.
And 1 Ballon d'Or.
And 1 Ballon d'Or. I
think is the only, is he? No, but from a long time, till now actually, who has taken a Ballon d'Or been in the Premier League?
Yeah, that's a good question. When we finish this list and you're talking, I'll look it up. Number 2, Mohamed Salah, 231 appearances, 139 goals, 59 assists, 1 Premier League title, 1 Champions League title. Number 1, of course, Ryan Giggs, 632 appearances, immortal motherfucker, 109 goals, 162 assists. That's insane to me. And then 13 Premier League titles and 2 Champions Leagues. He's
if you had
undoubtedly number 1.
If you had a top 10 of any winger in the Premier League right now, even if like the first should be Ryan Giggs.
Yeah,
I know there's a lot of controversies now because of what he did or whatever. You know what he did?
Didn't he get drunk and like I forget what he did?
That's one thing, but now people are really hating on him. Like they're not really trying to put him in list or whatever, even in legends.
But I just wrote those stats out, and it's like
they know.
I know, but like, he can't not be.
No, yeah, they know that is because so he was cheating on his wife.
Yeah.
With his brother's wife for 10 years.
Yeah. No, it's like yeah. I mean, it's scummy.
Let's separate the personal player. from the
You
player
can't
itself.
you can't
like
have
the person from the player.
you can't have a matured conversation about sports unless you do that.
Yeah.
You have to separate the person from
Yeah.
because like that doesn't
In
change.
anything- in
That doesn't
anything,
take
yeah.
away one of his
Yeah.
13 titles. It just
Yeah.
doesn't do that. I'm sorry. Like it's like, does that make you like him less? Sure, that's 100% human. I understand that, but you not liking him as a
Yeah.
person does not take away his appearance record,
Yeah.
his goals and assists, his Premier League titles, or anything.
Stuff, bro. He 13 Premier League. He did his thing,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
13. You have to be committed. Like he started 1990 to 2014, playing for 24 years at Manchester United. So, yes, I think if you have any list, he's the first.
Yeah.
That's him. Even if I had to do the best legends, is he English? Well,
He's Welsh.
He's Welsh. That's probably that's why I said
If you're non UK, you can lump him in and say fuck it, he is, but like don't ever say that to them.
Yeah. He didn't even play in the Welsh team because at the time I don't think he played in the Welsh team. That's probably one of his regrets. But yeah, I'll agree with that. That's it, man.
Yeah, I tried my best to try to scale it based on all those things put together, and because it's hard to take away Mohamed Salah's goal scoring records and whatnot.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that Liverpool side that we said was absolutely unbelievable, and they were amazing to watch. One title and one Champions League title.
Yeah,
and it's like I'm not saying that's not good enough, but it's just I think that we remember how great they were to watch more so than the actual silverware that they took home. And I mean that respectfully, because I loved watching that side play.
Dang. Eden Hazard, he just has 2 Premier Leagues. That's crazy. With all that football that Chelsea was displaying from 2012 to
and how impressive he was to watch.
Yeah, that's
why I tried to scale it the way I did. You probably could have made the argument and put Beckham above him.
No, I think Beckham is above him, bro.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I'm trying to aggregate because Eden Hazard's individual goal scoring numbers were better.
Because Beckham
takes home more titles. Though.
Beckham wasn't really a goal scorer, like because even in wingers, right? The wingers that score more goals because they're more like a striker / wing, right? Beckham was more of a traditional winger.
And that speaks more to his 80 assists.
Yeah,
and then 20 goals less, but over 120 more games played than Hazard.
Okay.
But again, 6 Premier League titles and a Champions League title. Like, come on, like those accolades, I think could move him up one more past the pure goals and assists per appearance.
Pretty boy. Yeah.
How many pretty boys are on the? Hold on. How many pretty boys are on this list?
That's gay.
Let's look them up. I love it. Ronaldo, Beckham. Do you consider? What about Hazard? What do you think?
He ain't no pretty boy.
He's no pretty boy. He's no because he never had a. It's not. Yeah, he shouldn't have shaved his head all the time. I think
that's just that, bro.
And even though now Mohamed Salah kind of looks like Krusty the Clown.
Yeah.
From The Simpsons, where his hair is like divided into 3 parts. Back when he had an afro, you can consider him a pretty boy. I think.
For real.
He insists on taking his shirt off so much he might as well be a pretty boy. He looks like he'd be one of the village people. Anyway.
Ryan Giggs or Ronaldo. I think I know Ronaldo and Beckham. That's it. I'm talking like people that can work into modeling. I'm talking people that the war factor. I'm talking some people that
Giggsy boy was not a pretty boy at all.
I'm telling you,
I'm looking at. He looks like he could be one of the hobbits in Lord of the Ring.
He
looks like Sam from Lord of the Rings.
He looks like he can scare you in broad daylight.
He probably does. All right, let's move on. What other segments do we have?
Let's talk about
some more bullshit.
Yeah. You know what we do.
that's what we do around here. You all know it,
man. Let's talk about the 2023, 22. I was looking at this list, right?
Yeah.
It was like the fan starting 11.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And for some reason, I had some problem with the list a little bit, and I thought I was the only one.
I took offense to that.
I started to read the comments, and they had the same problem. So if you watch 2023 and 2024 Premier League season, this is what they say was the best team.
Okay. What formation did they run it in? Does it say? I feel like when most people do like best starting 11, they do a 4-3-3. Usually, it's kind of easy to just sort of break down and decide from there.
Yeah, man,
That's what I broke mine down as 4-3-3.
4-3-3.
Yeah.
I think they did a 4. They might have done a 4-3-3.
Yeah. It just looks the best too. You're just it's very easy to break it down and figure it out.
Yeah. I had it pull up here, but for some reason I don't freaking see. Okay, my bad.
There
I
you go.
see it now.
Figure it out.
David Raya is the goalkeeper.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like I want to give it to Ederson.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Do you want me to just discuss yours, or do you want me to put mine in there as well with you?
We're gonna talk about yours, but I'm just breaking overall because I don't have a personal one. Because
I agree.
Everything fits into,
I would agree with that. I would say Ederson over Raya.
Yeah, because then the fan said, well, Trent Alexander-Arnold is the best at left back. I don't think that's...
No.
Yeah, no. I don't know how they voted him.
For right back,
out
it's
of
obvious.
position.
Yeah, because he plays right back.
Yeah.
Because Robertson plays left back
but
traditionally.
Even in right back, I would give it to White.
Me too.
Arsenal guy.
Me too. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So White, Saliba, Gabriel, the best duo, of course. Trent Alexander-Arnold, no, I would have given it to Udogie personally. Then you go in the middle, Kevin De Bruyne. I think the fan are stuck into the ways of it's Kevin De Bruyne. He plays for City. They like him because he missed half of the season, brother.
Yeah,
I would have Odegaard.
but
Odegaard would have been for me. Would have been Odegaard and Rodri in the middle.
Well, but then also, but I do agree with the Kevin De Bruyne thing about he played only half the season, but he played so well when he did play though. So I do factor that in personally.
But Odegaard played so well too.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Odegaard and Rodri should be the middle for me. Then I have Palmer on the right and Foden on the left, which is crazy because it's the only way I could see Foden because he plays so well. But unless you put him as an 8 or 10, let's say I put him as a 10, because then I will have Haaland and Watkins at the front. But if it's just a 4-4-2, we just fit in the best 11, not necessarily the best position. I'll put Foden and I'll have Watkins and Haaland. But Watkins plays so well that it will be difficult not to put him as a 9. That's the thing too.
Yeah.
But Haaland played well too.
Yeah.
He deserves to be a 9. So both of them are 9s. So I'm running on 4-4-2.
Okay. Makes sense. So if I ran a 4-3-3, I had Ederson as the keeper, of course. Right back was Ben White.
Yeah.
The center back pairing, I had Saliba and Virgil van Dijk. I do think that Virgil van Dijk could have had a better season if he had a better companion in the middle. I think that he played well considering that he was being pulled out of position and kind of having to cover more space than his physique is used to.
Yeah.
He did because he didn't have anybody because Konate was not as consistent, both in his quality of play but also his play time. Gomez is now a wing back or fullback when he does play now. It's just like he doesn't have that partnership. I think that if he had Saliba or Gabriel as a partner, he would be in everybody's starting 11. So that's why I kept him there. So Van Dijk and Saliba. On the left, I had Destiny Udogie, of course. I think that was kind of universal. So since it's a 4-3-3, I'm kind of running the midfield. I'm not particularly picking defensive, attacking, or making sure that people are on the right or left where they're supposed to be. My 3 best, I think, were Kevin De Bruyne, Phil Foden, and Martin Odegaard.
Yeah.
That was who I thought was the most consistent. Declan Rice could have been in there for Kevin De Bruyne if you consider minutes played.
Yeah.
But I was very impressed with Kevin De Bruyne when he was active. And, you can play lights out half the season and not make the cut because you're talking about the full season's duration. But I don't know. I liked a lot of what I saw from there. And then I had Cole Palmer on the left wing. I almost considered Garnacho on the left wing. Yeah. Because of that fucking bicycle kick that he had. But other than that, he still played well. He was really good. Ollie Watkins is the number 9. Mohamed Salah is the right wing. Yeah. With Bukayo Saka as a potential first place, but he's still in second because Mohamed Salah still has something going on.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that? Ederson, White, Van Dijk, Saliba, Udogie, Foden, Kevin De Bruyne, Odegaard, Salah, Watkins, Palmer.
Yeah. That works. Yeah, that works. It was pretty much the same thing in a sense.
Who do you disagree with? So you've already said that you disagreed with Kevin De Bruyne being there. Is there anyone else?
No, just Kevin De Bruyne because I feel like he didn't play that much season.
Yeah.
And Odegaard had a better season than him overall.
Yeah.
And that's just it. And he played all season.
Well, okay, and I agree, and I figured that's what it would come down to. Let me ask you this then: if you were to take Kevin De Bruyne, like, so if Kevin De Bruyne played 15 games of the 38, if you took Odegaard's best 15 performances and put them against De Bruyne's 15 performances this season, who do you think within that window actually did play better?
I would still say.
You think so?
I would still say Odegaard in this season.
Yeah.
In this season, let's state the two best performances of each. Odegaard will still smoke KDB because this season Odegaard didn't even have a bad game, and if he had, because I can't recall all the 38 games, it will not be more than 5.
Yeah. The unit covered up for slack for each player. Like if each individual within that starting 11 for Arsenal wasn't having a great game, everybody else did a really good job at covering up for them.
Odegaard did a great job this year. For me, I would have put Odegaard. I don't know. Yeah, that's just me.
I'd agree with that. I concede with that.
Yeah.
So current Premier League stars. Do you have like a certain number in mind, or is it sort of just like,
to be honest,
who are like the big standouts? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, like people that you don't even need to follow the sport to know. For me, I don't see any person. The only person I see will be Haaland.
Yeah.
I can probably put Saka in there, but
potentially. But I would say yeah.
Yeah. Actually, Haaland, Saka. That's it. Because I'm thinking people that, like, you don't need to follow basketball to know LeBron James.
I think Mohamed Salah's up there.
You think so?
I think that because a couple of years ago he had a couple of marketing campaigns where, I was seeing him on like some billboards in the U.S. and stuff. So I don't know. I would say that if Saka's up there, then Salah has to be up there too, because he was basically doing and at the same popularity of Saka 4 or 5 years ago. But those three, though, after that, it becomes very, very hard to start recognizing people based on pop culture.
If I want to do another thing, maybe because you take, I don't know all of their social media stuff, but I know Haaland has more followers socially than all of them.
Yeah.
The next person either that I could also put might be KDB, but KDB is someone that, if you're not following the sport, I don't think you will hardly know the name. He's more for hardcore fans and just fans.
Yeah. And if he hadn't moved this past season, Harry Kane would be in that list as well.
Harry Kane would be. But I'm talking someone you don't need to know. That's always on the news. Anything, So that's probably.
That's a very small list. It's very fun.
Yeah, because Yamal might pass them all the next year.
Hell yeah.
I heard more of his name out of anything than I've heard. That's also because he's young and doing great things for his age. So, of course, everybody's going to see, oh, look at that kid. He's 17 and he's doing this, and you're like 21 and you can't even pay your car payment or something.
He was by far the brightest star to come out of the Euros this summer. Like, the Euros did more for him than I think any player.
Like, even if you talk about a year, that would be difficult though, because if you had to talk about the youngest, brightest star out of the year, what will it be? Now, unless on the
Euros and regular season included, all of it together,
the whole year, not even a specific.
Yeah.
Then the question is a little bit. The answer is technical, unless we set up the question in spaces, like from 16 to 18. But if we just take in
certain countries or leagues or tournaments,
overall though, it might be Bellingham first.
Bellingham first. Cole Palmer has to be in the conversation. He has to be top 5 at least.
Whoa, how old is he? 20?
Yeah.
We're talking young, less than 20. 20 is the cutoff.
Less than 20.
20 is because after 20, you're supposed to, at least most of the time, make it to the pro at 20 or 21.
Bellingham, Yamal,
Meno.
Hold on.
Kobe Meno in there. 16 or 17.
If it was at the start of the season, Florian Wirtz. He's 21 now, but 20.
Yeah.
And Bellingham just turned 21 as well, so he's the same age as Florian Wirtz.
Yeah.
So you've got to put him in there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think that Wirtz is literally like 3 months older than Bellingham, so he's got to stay in there. Yeah, after that it starts to really, really lock down, doesn't it?
After Wigan that I can think of off the top of my head. Oh, how old is the guy in PSG, the midfielder? Oh, freak.
Zaire Emery.
Zaire Emery.
He's 20 now.
He's 20.
Let me see. Hold on.
Oh, even the Real Madrid guy, the Turkish guy. He flourished towards the end.
Zaire Emery is still 18 years old.
18.
Jesus Christ.
Dang, and he looks so old.
He does, yeah.
Golly, brother, what are you doing at night? Go to bed.
Yeah. And then what's his name? Hold on.
The Turkish guy. The Turkish kid. Oh man, what's his name? He played even Brahim Diaz. Brahim Diaz is 17 or 18.
You can look up some of these too, by the way. I'm looking at Brahim Diaz. Brahim Diaz is 24.
Oh dang!
What was he doing? Hold on. Stand by, everybody. We're having an amateur searching segment here.
No, I think he wasn't. He didn't. He probably just got his shot now.
Yeah, well, that's for sure.
Adagula. That's what I was thinking of. This is the guy I was thinking.
Okay.
Of, Adagula. But I think if you're just talking in terms of big names or like sensations, would be Bellingham, Yamal, or Florian Wirtz. Those are the three that I'm talking really big.
Well, and
big impact.
This is a funny one. Not as big of an impact, but Manchester City are very interested in signing the youngest player to ever make an MLS debut. Did you see this?
The
14-year-old kid. City are interested in him. Kevin Sullivan.
Yeah.
So that we could be talking about him in the next couple of years.
If I'm him, I'm going. But two, I gotta think about things because most of the time when they sign these guys from the MLS, they send them on loan, brother.
Yeah. But if you're getting this kid that young,
at 14,
I think that you're interested.
Still have the time to.
You want to put him through the academy, and I think that when you get someone that young, you're intending to start them.
Yeah.
It's the 17, 18, 19-year-olds that you grab from the MLS and try to figure out what to do with them. But if you're wanting to sign someone that young, like, you have big plans for him. I think.
Yeah.
That's a little bit different. But 14-year-old, that's wild. Anyway.
Yeah, I saw that the other day. I was like, golly, brother.
It's crazy.
You getting to get some money before me, bro.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? I feel like I fail in life overall.
No, comparing to athletes is ridiculous.
No, bro, it's something different. But I'm happy. The kid just gotta have good moves. If he's going to City, just go there. Yeah. Well, let's finish this by having our best born English player. I'm talking someone that you look at him, you like, yeah, his ancestor participated in the slave trade. Like,
well, I actually didn't even hear what you said just now.
I said, we're looking at the best born English player. I'm talking about someone that when you look at him, you know, somewhere in his family they used to own slaves. I'm talking a real English from Texas.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Someone with pure English blood. I'm not talking about someone that's Welsh or in the UK.
Yeah.
Because, people don't know that UK is different from England.
Of course.
It's a lot of kingdoms.
Well, some people are fucking morons.
No, I'm talking about England. I'm talking white, pure. When you look at him, you're like, this guy, he is white to the bones. He don't season no chicken. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, and this is where I thought for me, because he's a great player. He doesn't seem to be anyone's top lists anymore. But you're right, English-born player, great player both nationally and for club, and also looks the part. I think Georgie Best is my guy, man.
What team did he play for? Is it United?
Yeah.
They have a song. It's a popular song actually, that the fans like to chant. or something like George Best or something like that. You gotta look it up. It's so funny.
It's funny because he is Irish technically, but I look at him, he looks like he should be in the Rolling Stones.
Oh man, he's Irish.
So I'm still going with him.
He used to be a slave.
Yeah.
I'm talking the slave master.
Mm.
He's got to be white, like, because even at some point in the history, English people from England didn't consider Irish people.
Yeah.
So I think I got a short list.
Okay.
I got Wayne Rooney.
Yeah.
Wayne Rooney looks.
He's very English looking.
English, yeah. He's so English.
Distinct.
I've never looked at his teeth. His teeth. He might have
one
effed up teeth. They have crazy teeth looking.
I'm and
Alan Shearer.
We do this all for you guys, everybody. I'm looking up Wayne Rooney's teeth right now. I had to know now. Keep going.
He got the English teeth.
Let me see.
Alan Shearer. Alan Shearer got to be one of the, if not the best, because 260 goals. He don't have.
That's pretty reasonable for English teeth.
Oh yeah.
That's fine.
Oh yeah.
That's fine. Those aren't going anywhere. They're not falling out anytime soon.
David Beckham.
Yeah.
Wayne Rooney, Alan Shearer, David Beckham.
Ashley Cole. He's English.
Yeah, but
he was born there. He was born there for sure.
But he don't look like he used to own someone. He looked like he used to be owned.
I don't know. Like, what was it? Like, West Africans enslaved and sold each other. So, you got to look at the paperwork.
Guess
I guess
what? We didn't sell anybody.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Ashley Cole was born in Stepney, England.
Golly, one of them. Oh my goodness, brother.
1980. What a time. But no, like I had picked him like he is by far one of the most entertaining English players to watch, though. He's an absolute amazing person to go back and watch highlights of.
Yeah.
But that's not what this is about.
Oh, there was also another guy. Dang, he won in 19. Was this? No, that wasn't sure. He won in the World Cup 1966 with England. I think he was one of the best guys. Man, what's the name? How do I keep forgetting all this name? Just names, but I don't know.
Low battery. Please charge.
I was
awesome.
gonna say shut the hell up.
Low battery, please charge.
Is that your computer?
That's yours. Mine doesn't do that. That's a PC thing all the way.
How does it get in my headset?
I think it came from outside and the speakers just picked it. We'll know for sure when this airs. Were you thinking of? Hold on, because I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, we're wrapping up with that.
We're wrapping up with this nonsense.
Man, yeah, like if you just type 1966 England team.
Hold on.
Or England roster. He just actually died. He played for United.
You're thinking of Bobby Charlton.
Bobby Mother Charles. That's him.
He's so English that he almost looks Swedish.
He is called Sir.
Yeah.
So that's how English is.
Sir Bobby Charlton.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
I think I'll put him in the conversation.
For sure.
Bobby Moore.
Bobby Moore was in that same little deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow, that whole English squad is so white. That's awesome.
That's the kind of white I'm talking about.
Yeah, that is supremely white.
The kind of one that's like, oh, you know what? We're going to get in the country, see the people in the country, but we're going to say we discovered the country.
Yeah, and there's Bobby Charlton right there. Bobby Moore. Yeah. So that was that same World Cup winning side. There's Bobby Moore. There's Charlton over there.
Yeah. When they had them.
They all have the exact same haircuts.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. Mm-hmm. Classic. Anyway.
They were all for that.
Low battery. Please charge.
I don't think this is my headphones, bro.
No, it's coming from.
It's gotta come from the.
What is this nonsense?
Oh, that's full.
La Bible, L.A. Bible. I don't know what that is. Yeah,
it's La Bible.
La Bible.
It's in French.
La Bible. I'm kidding.
Yes, sir.
I like La Bible.
Hey, like I said, if you ain't watching us, you ain't having fun.
What do you? Yeah, this was a fun episode. We kind of fucked around the entire time.
Yeah.
And it's our longest episode, so if you stuck around to the end, God bless you.
How long is this?
We've been going for about 1 hour and 15.
Golly. Okay.
We got to get out of here.
Wrap it up. Like I said, if you ain't watching us, you ain't having fun. Go on YouTube, subscribe. Turn on your bell notification.
Spotify star review.
Go on Spotify. You don't want to watch us, see our faces? Guess what? You can listen to us. Go on Spotify. get your subscription up, get your money up, and listen to us. And go
Hell
on
yeah.
TikTok if you don't want to listen to us for
The TikTok.
an hour, 30 minutes. You can listen to us for a minute.
1
on
minute.
TikTok. Yeah.
For some people, that is too much still. But
Yeah.
I don't think you're all those people, are you?
And
No,
go
you're
on
smarter
this,
than
and
that.
go on the gram. We're on the gram too, man.
The gram? How many grams?
No, just one.
I'm
Instagram.
Gotcha,
Just
gotcha,
one
gotcha,
account.
gotcha.
And you can watch us there. All right, guys. We're closing this one. Bye.